Right here is disaster. Right here is where many people were lost.
It was 40-foot flames shooting off of Front Street. I've never seen anything like that.
You know, when the wind would lay down, it was just so hot. The ground was hot. Here it was just burning.
I actually texted my family on my phone, you know, saying my goodbyes.
We're picking up ash. Some of it's crumbling.
Only worse than losing someone is not sure whether you've lost someone. Not sure whether my heart goes out to you, Jill and I, it aches for you.
We are hurting because so many have lost so much. We are hurting because we know we have changed forever. We are hurting because not only we've lost our historical places and our homes, but we've lost our loved ones.
Freaking power line just went down. This is going on the ground there. Look, there's a power line right there. And shortly after, thing was just arcing away on the ground, landed right in dry grass, so sparks, and then there was a fire. This is live right across the street from my house.
We have fire crews who are battling a brush fire in Lahaina. Residents in Lahaina and parts of there have been asked to evacuate. So the fire that we're talking about was reported just after 6:30 this morning in the area of Lahaina Luna Road.
Hiko said the Maui Fire Department reported by 9 a.m. the morning fire was 100% contained. The Maui Fire Chief subsequently reported that the fire department had determined the morning fire was extinguished.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
The company said the records conclusively established that Hawaiian Electric power lines to Lahaina were not energized when the afternoon fire broke out, shortly before 3 p.m. on August 8th in a field near Lahaina Intermediate School.
Substation. There's trees down into the substation.
The head of American Medical Response says calls for help were nonstop from about 4 that afternoon until about midnight. He says there were so many people with such severe injuries, medics were loading multiple patients at once into the back of ambulances.
Fire crews and police crews were bringing patients to triage points where ambulances could take patients to Maui Memorial. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this.
Around probably 4:30 in bright sunshine, full blue sky, but you couldn't tell from that video. That was taken from Front Street right near the corner of Dickinson, which is and looking down at the main business district in Lahaina, and buildings on both sides were engulfed.
Within 10 minutes, like 5-10 minutes of leaving the dock, Front Street wasn't on fire, and it was like a match. It just lit on fire. It ripped through that town like it was like a blast furnace. It just took down building after building.
It was like a few feet just like right next to our car, like everything just catching on fire. Like the outlets, like they have like trees that were just catching on fire. There was like the ashes coming down from Lahaina Luna. There was like fire just like flying down, like it was just raining fire. It was just super scary. We don't know what to do, like we were just stuck. The car was getting like super heated, and my mom was telling me like if you have to, like just grab the pets and just start heading that way, like by feet, because we didn't think we'd make it out.
It was 40-foot flames shooting off of Front Street. I've never seen anything like that.
Let's go!
For us, the main thing is, protect life. So our main thing is to stop the fire, and that would stop. If you stop the fire, then everybody okay. So that's the main thing we're trying to do, is stop the fire. It was kind of obvious that it was too hot already, and the winds are too strong. So we were gonna try and exit, but by that time, the roads were all blocked up with all the people trying to leave the neighborhood. Like Kavika said, we got reports of the top of the road being blocked off, so we were stuck in there. So when we decided to shelter in place and on that road, we did pull a line, tried to protect ourselves with the water. The hose failed. It was too hot. The hose burned. So we had to shut that off, and we had to shelter in the truck. But I actually texted my family on my phone, saying my goodbyes.
All of a sudden, out of the smoke, police SUV rolled up, and one of our firefighter on the other crew that we were with, he opened the door and he's like, "Get in!" Like, we were there. We tried as much as we could with what we had. It's just hard sometimes, like we got out and like a lot of people didn't, like friends' parents and
It was a very challenging situation for our small boat crews from Station Maui. The helicopters that were launched were actually not able to approach closely enough during the worst of the fire to see through the smoke. The incredible winds that were impacting Lahaina that night, reports of up to 60 miles per hour. So our crews did encounter those winds and some rough seas as a result of that. And there was smoke and fire near the water, but they were fortunate to have been there during the rescues at a time when the smoke lifted for them to be able to see the people who needed to be rescued.
This is all just happening this evening. The county doesn't have any assessment of how many homes or structures were burned, businesses were damaged, people were involved, none of that. We're going to have to wait till tomorrow to start sifting that out. But for now, we know a big part of Lahaina is shut down, on fire, and first responders are doing their very best to get it under control.
You know, right here is disaster. Right here is where many people were lost. Right here is where life exists.
We need help, a lot of help. We gotta get people down here. We need funds allocated for fixing our home. We are out here working.
It is going to take many years to rebuild Lahaina. When you see the full extent of the destruction of Lahaina, it will shock you. It does appear like a bomb and fire went off, if I may. And all of those buildings virtually are going to have to be rebuilt. It will be a new Lahaina.
We are hurting because so many have lost so much. We are hurting because we know we have changed forever. We are hurting because not only we've lost our historical places and our homes, but we've lost our loved ones.
The only thing worse than losing someone is not sure whether you've lost someone. Not sure whether my heart goes out to you, Jill and I, it aches for you. Those of you who are trying to determine whether or not the person who is missing and unaccounted for reasons that are devastating. What I've observed in my short time here today is the courage, the community, the sense of togetherness you have. It's not an ordinary community. It's a community based on faith in one another.
We like work, we like keep going. And it's always my father tells us that, my father, bring us over here and he showed us how to work, how to work and how to go always forward.
This is not the way that we're supposed to be together, but there's a lot of families that can't even say that. There's a lot of families that are still not together. And so we'll take what we have. We're blessed. We're really grateful to all the people. And we're together. And that's more than I can hope for right now.
I'm just thankful for my family, that we were all safe. Losing the house was one thing, but surviving was the most important thing.
It's hard to process. I think a lot of us feel like this was preventable, and it's unfortunate that it even happened.
Left my heart beneath the sand, buried in the shores, with the music carried sounds of old Hawaii. And the setting sun would be a sight they came to see, and feel the winds of ancient history.
We feel it as a town. Lahaina isn't a place, it's the people here. And we are all Lahaina, it's all of our Ohanas out here. And to see our friends, our families go through this and looking for people, that's the toughest part for everyone. We can rebuild, and we're going to rebuild. We're going to be back, but we cannot bring people back.
People open up their hearts and say, hey, what if it happened to me? What if I lost my home, I lost everything? Then we all have to contribute to that.
My heart is in the sands of old Lahaina. In the sands of old Lahaina.
These personal items that mean a ton to these families, we want to help them recover them and find that little bit of hope and that little bit of closure to such a tragic event.
We're just trying to help as many people as we can. We're just trying to get over to Lahaina and drop this stuff off.
Asking for the strength needed to keep facing our tomorrows. She might stand no more, but I know for sure. She might stand no more, but I know she will rise. She will rise. She will rise again. She will rise.
This is just our way as Hawaiians, non-Hawaiians, just everyone to come together, put their differences aside, and just take a moment to reflect about everything that we've been through, everything we're going through, and everything we're going to continue to do to build Lahaina back.
To me, it's a symbol of hope, and tree has a lot of symbolization. We're taking it to heart to try to bring back the tree to give some hope to Lahaina. And we don't know what's down the line, but I think it's going to be a new beginning for everybody.
We meet again.
People went through events and seen things that you shouldn't see. And it's going to take a long time to heal. It's going to take a long time to heal from the loss.
She might stand no more, but I know for sure.
The loss of life, the loss of the memories. But I know if there's one community, Lahaina is going to get through it.
She will rise, she will rise, she will rise again, she will rise.
There will be a lot of mana needed for Lahaina, for Kula, yeah, for all those places and the ohana.
We come in aloha. We come in healing.
To honor the lives that were lost, to let everyone in our community who lost loved ones, who lost, special meaning in their life, to know that we honor you.
It's not just Maui and it's not just Lahaina, but it's every one of us.
From the sands of Lahaina, from the sands of Lahaina.